Hi everyone, I hope that you're all well. My baby is now 4 months old, which means I am 4 months postpartum, and I've already got a little girl called Ella who has literally just turned 2 weeks ago. I kind of feel as if I've been pregnant for the last 3 years. That's the way it feels anyway. I've not had my own body, it seems, for the longest time. It has been such an adjustment period, getting to know my new body. It's just sort of quite overwhelming, and it's something that we don't often discuss enough, I don't think. Today's video is a postpartum update and ways that my body has changed since having a baby, and also some things that people don't really tell you about that happen to you postpartum. It couldn't have tied in any better because it is Body Confidence Week on Channel Mum, and as you know, I am part of the Channel Mum team, so I am going to be chatting to you about body confidence and what it basically means to me. I have to be honest with you guys, when it comes to postpartum bodies, I feel as if there are two ends of the scale that are portrayed in the media. You've got one side where it is the bikini clad celeb mum who has just given birth a week ago, looking tremendous, running down a beach with baby in her arms like something out of a magazine. Or you've got the other end of the scale, which is the mummy holding her baby tum apron with stretch marks in tow and talking about how confident she is and proud of what her body has achieved. And I kind of feel like they're so extreme. Where's the middle ground here? Because I don't fit in with any of them. I feel like I don't fit in with the perfectly trim bod of the snap back into your jeans mum, and I'm also not the mum who's parading my postpartum figure because I just don't have the confidence about it. I also hate being made to feel bad about not appreciating my new figure. It makes me angry. This transition period from your pre-baby body to your post-baby body is such an up and down roller coaster. I feel like when you're pregnant, everyone goes around saying you look fab and you're glowing, although you probably feel like shit, and you've got this new body developing with this baby in it, and yeah, it feels a bit alien because you're getting bigger and people are telling you how fabulous you look, but you know that there's a baby in there and it's all positively related together because it's for a reason. But afterwards, when you hold your baby in your arms and you look at your body, it's not the first thing that comes to your mind to be grateful for this baggy tummy you're looking at. And that's just me being realistic. I feel like it's really hard for mums now because you're either made to feel like you're inferior because you've not snapped back into your old jeans, or you're made to feel guilty for not being grateful for what your body's done for you, and it's so unfair. It's, for me, like saying to somebody, you have to move into this new house and you hate the wallpaper, but it has to stay and you'll learn to love it. That's pretty unfair, is it not? I think so anyway. And there's some things that we can do to make ourselves feel a lot better, and it's all in our power. A lot of it is up here, but a lot of how we feel up here is what we see, because as human beings, we are an aesthetic breed. We look at things and we see them how we like them, and if someone can adjust their postpartum body like that, then I think good on you, but it's just not as easy as that for some of us, and that's just me being honest. Especially being a young mum. I mean, I am only 24, just. I'm about to be 25 shortly, and I've got 2 kids. Like I said, within the last 2 years I've given birth twice, and it is so difficult, especially after having your first baby, to look in the mirror and see your body for the first time. It's such an adjustment, and I don't think anything prepares you for the shock that you see. And it's not because you're fat, it's because it's different. It's not because you've got stretch marks, it's because it's different. It's not because you get varicose veins, it's just because it's different. It doesn't mean you find it ugly, it's just not what you had before. It's like going and getting your hair coloured a different colour and you don't like it. You're allowed to not like it. That is normal. And it's not because the media portrayed it that way, it's because you have to adjust to your new figure. That is a completely normal thing. Since I've had both kids, I'm actually thinner now than what I was before I fell pregnant in the first instance. Thinner in the sense that the scales say that I'm lighter, but my body is a completely different shape. And there are a few ways I think as a mum or a new mum or a mum to be, you can put in place to make yourself feel a little bit more confident and just make it a bit easier for yourself. No one's saying you have to love it, but we're just saying you can do things to make it a bit easier. That's how I feel anyway. The first thing I would say that you need to do postpartum, and it's quite a realistic thing, is to wear things that you feel comfortable in. That doesn't mean that it needs to be the latest trend. It's just something that you feel in yourself that you are comfortable in. It's not because of other people's perceptions, it's just about how you feel. After I had both my kids, I did a quick tripped to Primark and picked up a few essential items like a new pair of jeans, a couple of tops, maybe a pair of more comfortable shoes. It made me feel a bit better for those postpartum weeks because, as you know, it is like town on a busy Saturday afternoon in your living room once you've had a baby. People are in and out all the time and the last thing you want is to feel uncomfortable. I tend to dress for my shape now because my shape has changed, and a lot of the things I had before don't fit me anymore. Not because I'm heavier, but just because my shape's different, and that's okay. So I would say get some new clothes that make you feel good. A bit of retail therapy does not ever go amiss, and that is one of my most important tips, is to look good and feel good. The second tip I have is to drink lots of water. If not just to make yourself feel better, it will also get rid of your baby bloat. I did this for the first few weeks after having Charlie, and I must admit I have let it slip a little bit. I was so conscious about drinking loads of water to keep my milk supply up, to clear my skin, but it also made me feel like I had so much more energy. And that was one of the things I've now kind of let slip, and I need to get back in action. Another thing I would say is get out with the pram and do some exercise. When you expend energy, it generates energy. Don't put pressure on yourself, but definitely try and get a little bit more active, whether it means just going a walk with the pram or taking your dog out, or just doing a couple of the little physio exercises that they tell you in the hospital to do to get your muscles all back into place. The next thing I would say that makes me feel better is to get ready in the morning. Whether it's just a day in the house, of course you can have your jammy days. I'm not saying that we're not entitled to that, but getting ready every day makes such a difference to me. I feel like if I get up, I put a little bit of makeup on, a lipstick on, brush my hair and put on an outfit, it makes me feel so organised for the day, and it means if there's any unexpected visitors or if I have unexpected plans, I'm ready for the day. It makes me feel like I could conquer the world if I am up and ready before the rest of the house get up. This isn't something I'm saying everybody has to do, but it's something I'm doing this week, and that is joining back the gym. Charlie is now 18 weeks old, and I feel like it is about time that I start to get myself back to the gym. I go on holiday in 8 weeks time, and the thought of even getting into a swimsuit or a bikini gives me the worst anxiety. So yeah, I would say that I need to get back to the gym, not to lose weight, but just to make myself feel a bit better, get a bit more toned. And I know that that isn't the answer for everybody, but for me it is. I really feel like I need to just trim down a little bit and make myself feel a little bit better. If nothing else, it'll be damage limitation for when I'm on holiday, because I plan to drink all the wine and eat all the food. The things that have changed for me postpartum are the hair loss. People don't tell you about it. I don't know if you can notice, but I have mega disguised it just now. Right here, I've actually lost quite a bit of hair. It's kind of receding a little bit. I feel like an old man. But yeah, I'm losing hair everywhere. Every time I brush my hair, I think it's getting so long, and then realise these parts that I'm pulling are actually falling out in big huge clumps. So they say that it's not that you're losing your hair, it's just that when you're pregnant your hair doesn't fall out as much. But honestly, the postpartum hair loss is horrific. It's getting me down actually. I feel like I just find my hair everywhere. It's just in clumps, and when I'm washing it, it clogs the drain, and it's just rubbish. I don't like the fact that my hair is falling out and it's getting thinner. It just makes me feel a bit lackluster, and it's not great. But it happens to everybody, so if it's happening to you, you're not alone. It happens to all of us, and thank God for texturising spray is all I'm going to say on that one. The mummy tummy, I think everyone gets it in some respect. If it's not stretch marks you get, it will be a mummy tummy. If it's not a mummy tummy, it'll be postnatal depression. If it's not postnatal depression, it'll be something else. Pregnancy and childbirth is not plain sailing. There's always something that somebody has, and you might not notice it. I try to think of being on holiday and being on a sun lounger and looking around the pool. I don't remember really seeing anybody with stretch marks or a horrible figure. Just don't imagine seeing it. So just always remember that it might be the biggest deal to you, but no one else cares, no one else is bothered, and probably no one else notices anyway. One of the biggest changes for me, and a lot of you will laugh because it's one of these ones where you always want what you don't have, and something that really I struggle with is the boob changes. Seriously, the boobs fluctuate up and down, up and down. One morning I'd wake up like Pamela Anderson, and the next minute they were gone. It was just horrendous. I've already got quite a big chest as it is, and I hate it. After I had Ella, I found that breastfeeding actually reduced the size of my boobs, which I loved. I know a lot of you are probably thinking that's mad because I really loved it, but I don't like having a big chest. I'm so self-conscious about it, and I never like have cleavage on display. It's just not my thing at all. It makes me feel so uncomfortable and self-conscious. So having had Ella, and breastfed her and then they went down, I was like, result, this has been a good experience. But then obviously getting pregnant again, they went up, and it just makes me feel like I look really large and just very uncomfortable, and all my clothes look really boxy, and it's just not something I enjoy when I'm pregnant, and something that I then don't look forward to when I'm breastfeeding. But I know that obviously afterwards they will then go down again. That's kind of like a bonus for me. At the moment, one of my major hang-ups, and I'm so wary of it looking obvious, as you know, I'm only breastfeeding on one side, so this breast gets really full of milk and this one is like that. It's so like empty, there's just nothing in it, and I'm always so conscious that if I wear something tight up top, you're going to really see the difference, because it's not just one or two sizes of a difference, it's like one's non-existent and one is here. It is happening. Yeah, that is one of the big hang-ups I have postpartum, is the boobs are completely different. They look like they belong to two different people, but they're mine. So this video, I've kind of waffled on a bit. I've kind of briefly touched on some postpartum things that have happened to me, like the hair loss and the boobs and that kind of thing. But I feel like the message I'm trying to send out to you is it's okay to actually not be okay about it, and I feel like there's no one really flying this flag of the middle ground. You're either body confident and super proud and showing your flaws as a mother, or you're this super fit, body perfect in the media's eyes mum running down a beach with a bikini on. And I'll be honest, there's quite a lot of us that are just stuck in the middle somewhere, and I'm in the middle. So you guys can let me know where you are on it. I feel like it's okay to not be okay about it and to want to make some self-improvement, because what's the trouble in that? So long as you are not harming yourself and you're doing things sensibly, then what's the trouble in trying to get back to yourself again? I just feel at the moment I've been hiding behind my kids for about 3 years, and next year it's kind of, without this sounding a bit self-centered, going to be kind of all about me, because we get married, and as you know, the bridal shopping will be happening soon, and I'm putting it off and putting it off and putting it off because I'm not happy with my figure yet. And that's the only person that can change that is me. It's not because I'm worried about what other people think, it's because I want to feel good in myself. And for me, as much as it might sound quite vain, I feel that by losing weight I will feel better, because my clothes will fit nicer and I'll feel more confident. It's just something I would like to do for me. Fraser actually loves my post-baby figure. He says that I actually look better now than I ever have, and that he's more attracted to me now than he ever has been. It's not that I feel I need to do it for other people, but equally at the same time, I don't want people to say, oh, she looks good considering she's had 2 kids. I kind of want people to go like, oh my god, can you believe that she had a baby a year ago and she's now in a wedding dress? Kind of just completely contradicted my whole argument there, because you shouldn't care what other people think. But in some respects, when it comes to like my wedding day, I would like my family to think I look nice and be proud of the fact that I've had kids but then worked on myself as well. And my point of the story and the ramble that I'm going on and in a roundabout way trying to say to you is, on this one, you kind of can have your cake and eat it. You can have your baby and see your post-baby figure and be grateful to your body and proud of yourself that you have managed to grow a baby. Like, the mind boggles. It's so normalised, the fact that people have babies, but when you actually think about it, it's mental that we make other people. And then you're their life support if you breastfeed them, which I've done with both of mine. It's just a bit mental. But I think the point I'm trying to say is that you can actually have both. You can have your baby, be super proud of your body, but then also want to feel back to yourself again, and there's no shame in that. We're talking about you and all the trouble you've caused. But with that being said, and we're now at the end of this rambly video, I would love to hear what you guys think and how you try to help yourself feel a little bit more body confident, because I don't think it's something you can just decide in your head that you want to be body confident and it just comes naturally. It's something you need to work on, and I would love to hear any tips that you guys have on trying to feel better about yourself post-baby, or any experiences you've had with body confidence or the lack of. It's something that I'm working through at the moment and trying to feel better about, and I would love to hear your experiences. So please leave any comments for me in the comments box below, and please don't forget to check out the page on Channel Mum's website. I will leave a link to it in the description box below. You can also get involved on social by using the hashtag here and upload any of your body confidence images of your mum bod. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Bye everyone! Please don't forget to subscribe.